Why is that one bad guy running with his arms up? Is he like surrendering just from the sound of sirens? Because if so, that is like the worst henchman in history. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play 1001 Games. I'm your host, Gaming Jay, and today we're hopping into the light gun classic known as Virtua Cop 2. As you can see, we're going to be distributing some sweet renegade justice onto some masked burglars. I love the Japanese text, cannot read it, but I imagine it is telling me to shoot them in the groin. So in this game, you can shoot people in the head, the groin, the arm, the leg. They will react depending on where you shoot them, even in the sweet, sweet, tender belly. So we're going to be experimenting with that, shooting them all the livelong day in all the places we can find just to see what happens. But basically, this is a game about, the story of Virtua Cop 1 was a bunch of Virtua Cops who I presume exist in the same universe as Virtua Fighters and Virtua Racers. See, there's like a bit of a bank heist going on here in Virtua Fighter 2 here. So in Virtua Cop, I keep saying Virtua Fighters, Virtua Cop. In Virtua Cop 1, you go on a mission to take down Evil Incorporated, which is a very bold and ballsy name. Like if you are an evil corporation, to literally name yourself Evil Inc., I mean, you gotta feel like you're untouchable if you're going with that. Basically, the good old cops here took down Evil Incorporated. But then in Virtua Cop 1 or 2 here, man, I'm messing up the names so badly. It's crazy. I think my brain's just not working today. But in Virtua Cop 2 here, obviously you see there's a bank heist to Virtua City Bank. And it's up to these intrepid cops to save the day. And the cops are Michael Rage Hardy, James Smarty Cools, and Janet Marshall. Yes, Janet's nickname, her street nickname. You know, Michael gets Rage, James gets Smarty, Janet gets Janet. Man, when your nickname is just your name, I don't even know what that means. Like, are you bland enough that you don't deserve a name? That's kind of insulting, actually. Okay, without further ado, let's go ahead and hop in here and start our game. So there's only 3 levels, pretty short game. But we're going to go ahead here and start at the beginner level because it seems like a pretty good place to start. So here I am. I think I am, I'm going to say I'm Smarty Cools or whatever his name was because he looks kind of like sleek. Oh, I think that was a headshot. Yeah, when you shoot him in the head, they kind of fly back and their gun ricochets all the way across the land. Okay, there's a groin shot. How about another groin shot? Yep, okay. That was not as exciting as I was hoping it would be. How about a leg shot? Same as the groin shot. Arm shot? Ooh, my arm. Don't shoot that guy. He's a civilian. Reload. Oh, we got hit. Damn, okay. I need to stop, I need to stop showboating and just play the game. Now, when you played this in the arcades, to reload, you would actually have to shoot the controller away from the screen, which was always totally awesome. It sort of, I mean, it wasn't realistic at all. I mean, you know, shooting your controller off the screen. But like nowadays, literally I'm just pressing a button. You know, and I must admit, to be totally honest with you, I really did try to get this set up in such a way that I could use some kind of light gun on my home computer here, so that I could experience the old arcade experience of looking down the sight of a plastic gun, lining the sights up before shooting a guy in the head. And You know what I discovered is that it's really, really hard to do. Maybe there's a way to do it, and I just couldn't figure it out, but I tried for quite a while. So basically what I've got here now is a mouse being emulated through a Wiimote that's allowing me to, oops, we died. That's okay, we can just insert another quarter and blammo, continue the level. Nice thing about these old arcade games is we get to see the whole game, because good old Gaming Jay here, no matter how bad he is, can just continually slam in some quarters. But yeah, I was a little disappointed because I went to all the trouble of emulating the Wiimote with the mouse so that I could actually be holding a gun controller as I played this game. And it turns out I tried looking down the sights of the Wiimote, and the crosshair that you're seeing here was just way off from wherever the Wiimote was positioned. And it's, you know, I mean, I've talked about this before, so I'm not going to harp on about the subject, but this is one of my main complaints about what happened to light gun games over the years, is that there's really no modern equivalent. Like, yeah, you can slap a plastic gun shell on top of a Wiimote and pretend you're holding a gun. But right now, like, my Wiimote is aimed like at the top of my TV, yet it's aiming at the center of the screen. Like, it's not the same. Like, the NES Zapper, wherever you aim that on the screen is what you would shoot. So you actually had to look down the sights of the gun and see, what am I aiming at here? But with the Wiimote here, you just have to, like, look at the crosshair, because although the Wiimote is precise and will, like, aim all over the screen, the sights are, like, not lined up properly with where the gun's actually aimed relative to the TV, because it's really in reference to the light bar. And I tried moving the light bar around. I tried all sorts of things, guys. Anyway, with regard to the game, we started with the bank heist. Oh my god, that van just exploded. We've now turned into like a hardcore like highway chase. This is getting intense. Guys are like rolling in off the side of the road. I bet they practice that all week. They're like, man, I'm gonna dazzle those cops before I shoot them in the face with like a sweet little barrel roll, and they'll be like, hey, what's going on? And then I'll be like, yeah, it's me, bitches, and I'll shoot them right in the face. Although these guys, they have a really bad, they were not trained well, because basically their strategy is to look down their gun for a long time, make sure they've got the sight lined up, and then shoot. But you gotta take a page out of the Virtua Cop book here, which is basically just fire as quickly as you can and kill all the bad guys. So, don't bother lining up your sights, because there's always more bullets. Just press the magic reload button. I wish I did have to aim off the screen, to be totally honest with you, to reload. I know it makes the game harder, but I kind of wish that was the case. So this apartment building is riddled with bad guys. Make sure we shoot those grenades. Oh, before they hit us. Damn it! That's okay. I mean, death really holds no consequence to my Virtua Fighter guy here. So one of the things that Virtua Fighter 2 here was lauded for in the day is its very sort of dynamic and moving environments. Some of the light gun games that had come before it were pretty static affairs, where you'd kind of like move down a hallway and enemies would come out of doorways to the left or the right. You know, like very sort of calm things. But as you can see, the screen is zooming all around. We're moving left and right. You know, even though we're just standing in front of a building, they found a way to sort of mix it up and make it feel like you're moving around. So yeah, I mean, this was a huge selling point for people who liked this game in the arcades, is being in this much more dynamic environment. Yes, you're still on rails. This is still technically a rail shooter, but it doesn't feel so much like a rail shooter because, you know, you have so much dynamic action. And now we're in a car. We're in a car chase. Scene number 2 was clear. We killed 68 gangsters, 1 civilian. Oh, it didn't give us enough time to look at all of our statistics there. You guys can go back and pause the video if you're curious. Man, that guy's just, wow, he's riding on top of the truck. I thought he was a civilian at first, because he was kind of like waving his arms. Boom, 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 boom. We can just continually shoot all day long. We don't have to worry about bullets, because I can just keep hitting that reload button. It's like having a RoboCop gun. Oh, a guy jumped on my car. That is ballsy, sir. I want to shoot out the tires of one of these cars. I've read that you can totally do that. Let's see if we can. No. Oh, we died. Died trying. That's okay. Wait, can we get the tires in this car or no? Nah, he's gone. But he's not. Oh, there was a headshot. A headshot of a guy in the back of a van while I'm in a car. Man, you don't get car chases in like a typical rail shooter, let me tell you that. Oh, a garbage truck. Oh, he got mashed by a garbage truck, just like the Dark Knight. Oh, why was there a civilian just in that random car? And he was begging for me to help him. Yo, if I shot the driver, that car would now be out of control, and you would not want that. Shoot. Get the driver. I want one of these sedans to go careening off the road because I killed the driver. I don't know if you can do it, but I like to believe. I have hope that you can. Boom. Oh, automatic. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, continue. So another thing is, I don't think the automatic gun works right with the Wiimote emulating it. So yeah. Now I did manage to find out that you can get a PC version of this game as well. It's so they did make a PC port of it, but the problem is it's like you just use the mouse cursor to like move the cursor around, and again it's like takes away from like the immersion. I don't know. I'm old-fashioned, but I want to hold a plastic gun and aim down the sights before I watch the life go out of this guy's dead eyes when I shoot him in the face. Oh, we shot a civilian. Oh, we need to reload. No, that guy just like shooting a shotgun right at our face at point blank range. We are a tough cop, let me tell you. Kaboom! Kablamo! Blam! Blam! I like also how this cop's idea of like police work is basically just shoot everybody. I mean, there's literally no attempt to arrest anyone. I mean, I guess these guys are terror. You know what? In fact, why do they call like 2 cops? You need like a SWAT team, like a tactical assault team. Like, look at all the criminals that are just hanging out here, man. This is a lot of dudes. Boom. Oh, we're doing like nothing but headshots, I think. Oh, reload. Oh, don't shoot me. Shoot you. Headshot. 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 Ah, that would have been the trifecta. Boom. Boom. I haven't really been going for the groin shots, even though you can in this game, and it's supposed to be one of the things that people remember about. They remember fondly shooting many terrorists in the groin. But, I don't know. Let's try and groin shot him. I think we did it. Groin shot this guy. Or this guy. Boom. 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 There we go. Okay, we're mixing it up. I prefer the headshots, though, to be totally honest. Continue. Boom. Boom. Oh, I love the headshots. I love how they, like, their whole bodies, like, ricochet back. Like, you know they're being hit with so much force, they're totally dead. Man, are these guys dying? Because, like, I'm seeing the same guys, like, over and over and over again. I wonder if it's like I'm just shooting them with rubber bullets. And they're like, oh, God, that stings. And then they get up and they get their gun, they run back at me, and they're like, ah, he got me again. That really stings. Oh, right in the face. And they just, like, go home at the end of the day, and they just have welts all over their face from repeatedly getting shot in the face with rubber bullets. In fact, could that, like, kill you? Maybe not kill you, but could it give you like a concussion or something? Like, has it ever happened where somebody has, for some reason or another, in the annals of history, been shot repeatedly in the face with rubber bullets? Do we know what happens? I mean, imagine it would hurt, and eventually you get very bruised. But I like to imagine then that I'm not actually killing these bad guys. I'm being more coppy than that. More like a cop, like a police officer. These are just rubber bullets. These are just meant to severely injure and annoy more than anything else. I think we're at the boss. He's saying things to us in Japanese. I'm imagining that he's saying he's gonna kill us. Boom! Oh, I think I got him. Oh, reload. Oh, it got me. Damn it. Man, this guy's tough. He's throwing barrels at us. God. Oh my God, there's a lot going on here. Okay, so I guess we have to destroy his crates and barrels. Literally, like the store, and that damages him somehow. Or we shoot at him? I don't quite get it here. Oh man. Man, we've probably put in like $5 here. Like if we were playing this in an arcade, like how much money would we have put in here? Oh, we could just shoot him. Why am I trying to shoot his barrels and stuff? I'm just gonna tank the damage and kill him. Oh, we'll just absorb those hits. We're good. So how's your day today, McCools or whatever your name is? Well, I shot about 1 billion bad guys, and oh my God, this guy threw a truck at me. Yeah, die, baby, die. That's some sweet police work we did there. It was heavy on the gangster killing, light on the civilian killing, which is pretty good, I'd say. All right, so file number 1 is complete. There was some kind of bank heist. We drove on a road, killed a lot of guys, etc. You fill in the blanks.
Save the mayor.
Save the mayor this time around. All right, so first it was a bank heist. Now they got the mayor.
Let's go.
This can't be good. There's only one way to save the mayor. We gotta shoot a lot of guys. Boom, boom, boom. So, I guess, what were you trying to achieve in this game? Was a high score? Is that, like, the thing that everyone worked for? Or just being able to pass a level, I guess, was an achievement? I mean, again, you know, the thing about a game like this is, like, it was so fun just aiming down the sights and shooting people that's, like, shooting the gun was its own reward. You know, like, that is how you make a fun video game. Is like when the gameplay itself is like the part that you enjoy doing. Because then it doesn't matter if it's a short or a long game. You just want to play it because it's fun. Like my favorite games are fun just because I like the gameplay itself. I'm not trying to beat the game usually. I don't care if I'm playing the same game and the same levels and so on. If the gameplay is fun, I will keep coming back to it. Of course, it does get a little stale if the game is too short, you know. Everybody wants some variety, of course. But I think the best games out there, they just have really solid gameplay, and that's what brings you back. It's sort of like Bungie's philosophy of like to make a good game, you have to have a good, they call it like a 30-second game cycle. Like you have to have like some kind of gameplay that is fun to do for 30 seconds, just out of context. And then what you do is you figure out creative ways to like loop that gameplay in new situations, in new environments, with new twists on it. And that's how you make like a 10-hour game that's really fun the whole way through. Is that you have that, oh, now we're fighting military guys. You have that little looping gameplay element. When did the army get involved? And I think they're on the wrong side. The army's like, we're called to the mayor's office, let's go. And they're like, there's a cop shooting people, get him. It's like, no, kill the terrorist, dude. Haven't you seen Die Hard? You're on the wrong side. Or maybe they're just evil mercenaries. Mercenaries are always evil. Right in the face. Oh man, I love the headshots in this game. It's funny, like, I wasn't expecting that. I guess I assumed it was, you know, Virtua Cop 2 here is an older game. I just assumed they wouldn't do things like dynamically show death animations based on where you shoot them, but the headshots are just so satisfying. Fun 30-second gameplay loop, guys. That's the secret for all you would-be game developers out there, if there are any watching this channel. Maybe there's some of you who legitimately want to like be game developers. Maybe just some people who thought it'd be cool. I mean, I used to think when I was a kid, I thought I'd be a gameplay developer, or not gameplay, a video game developer. I love video games. I wanted to make like Mario games and stuff, and I like fantasized about doing it. Eventually, I did learn how to code, and I made some games in like high school and stuff for fun. But you know, nothing ever came of it. I never went into game development as a career. Now I play games, guys. I don't make them. But making games is actually super fun. You have to be good at math and logic. And if you are, though, it's like a very complicated mathematical puzzle, which sounds horrible, sounds super boring, but it's actually pretty fun and interesting. I guess it takes a certain kind of person to wanna spend their time with. Oh, these guys are just lining up like ducks. I love it to make math-based video games. Not math-based video games, but you know what I mean. Like, you know, you have to calculate the polygons and the vectors and the AI logic and the if-then statements, etc., etc. Yeah. So anyway, I wonder where all the dudes from Virtua Fighter are right now. I wonder if they're at home, like watching this on the news, like thinking if they should get involved. Or what about Virtua Racer? Where's that dude at? The one dude who was in 76% accuracy, sweet. The one dude who's in Virtua Racer doing all the racing. I wonder if he's like, man, today is not a good day to go outside. Gangs have taken over the city again. Good day to stay inside. It's like a rain day in Virtual City. You know, like on rainy days, you like stay in with like a blanket and hot cocoa, and you like watch some old movies and stuff on the couch. You know, that's basic. This is the equivalent of a rain day in Virtual City. Everybody's doing that right now. They're home with their cocoa and their old movies. Their movies from the 80s and 90s, watching some good old feel-good nostalgia pics. Meanwhile, there's like a vicious shootout in the capital here of Virtua City. Boom, boom. I wonder what Virtual World is like. So Virtua City is this. What's going on in the rest of the world? Or is like Virtua City like some kind of virtual reality city and nothing exists beyond it? Kind of like Mainframe in the reboot, the old reboot cartoon. I guess it's a cartoon. It was a computer animated cartoon. Which a cartoon to me always means hand drawn. So I don't know what you call CGI shows, like computer tunes or something. I guess we call them cartoons, but they're not really cartoons. You know, like a CGI character would never appear in a Who Framed Roger Rabbit sequel, but like a hand-drawn character probably would, because that's what a cartoon is. I don't know. We're getting into some semantics here. Why are we talking about cartoons when we're playing Virtua Fighter? I don't know. We should be talking about why the band is shooting us. It's like some Game of Thrones stuff. The band was actually a group of trained assassins. Hey, oh, kill that guy. Stop throwing grenades at me, dude. They tickle. This guy looks like the guy from G.I. Joe. Sergeant Savage or something like that. Or maybe that was a wrestler. Oh, now we get to choose the bridge or one deck. Oh, I guess this choice was made for us. Well, I was kind of thinking of this choice, to be honest, so I'm not sad that we got it. Man, we are dying like crazy. I guess with enough practice, you like learn where all the guys are and you can like line your shots up. It must be super satisfying to mow down a room of like 10 guys in like one shot each in like 2 seconds. Boom. Boom, that guy snuck a shot in on us. What's in this room? Is the mayor here? Has anyone seen the mayor? No, we just work in the bar. We're highly aggressive though and armed with firearms for some reason. Maybe this is like the mayor's personal guard. These aren't the terrorists at all. I'm in the wrong building. This is just like an average group of office workers in Virtua City here. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, we got him. Why? If he didn't want me to shoot, why would he stand up? Okay, pro tip. You are kidnapped by a gang of people who have kidnapped the mayor, and bad guys are peeking out from behind the bar that you're also hiding behind. And one at a time, they're being shot in the face. You decide, I'm gonna let the cop know not to shoot me. You do not stand up like that randomly and say, by the way, I'm here too. Don't kill me, because guess what's gonna happen? A bullet to the face. In Virtua City, this is called due process because they're getting bullets to the face. One bullet apiece. That's justice. It's also very economical on the whole, bullet budget for the police department. We only got so many bullets. We got to make them go around. Everyone only gets one. One for you. 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 Ah, you jerk. You took 2. Oh, we shot the gun out of that guy's hand. He got lucky. All his friends are dead, and he just has an injured hand. My God. I can't tell if this level... I mean, obviously this level must be harder than the last one. But because I'm just slamming quarters in whenever I die, it doesn't feel that much more difficult. That was a fun section, though, where the guys were popping out one at a time. Boom! 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 Oh, reload. Man, I always kind of forget the reload. It kind of would be fun if they didn't have it, but I don't know. This game, by the way, reminds me of the Die Hard trilogy for the PlayStation. Do you guys remember that game? Die Hard trilogy? That was actually an amazing game. It was actually literally 3 games. So each Die Hard movie, Die Hard 1, 2, and 3, got their own game. Die Hard 1 was like you're running around an office building. Like it was a third-person shooter, essentially. Die Hard 2 was a rail shooter like this, where you go through the airport and have to kill the terrorists who've taken over the airport. And Die Hard 3 was a taxi driver game where you have to like drive around and blow up bombs. And that was actually the hardest one. The Die Hard 1 was the best. Die Hard 2 was pretty good. And coincidentally, there was another Die Hard game in the arcades that looked like this, where all the characters were like these blocky 3D models. I think it was just called Die Hard, but it was like a fighting game, like Final Fight. It was like a brawler, like you walk around beating up terrorists and stuff. I always remember seeing it in the arcade. Games like this in the arcade, though, they always took more than 1 quarter. You guys remember that? I always kind of like hated that as a kid, like, because some games would only take 1 token, but then you'd find an awesome game like this, and it's like 2 or 3 tokens, or sometimes 4, and it's like, oh, come on, like $1 per play. That's actually insane. Like, you can download entire apps now for $1, or often free, but if you're gonna pay anything, like $1 is a common price, or sometimes $2 or $3. But like, imagine paying $1 per play. That is crazy. Boom! Take that. Your army didn't train you for that. So yeah, these cooler 3D games were often they would often cost more than 1 token, which totally sucked. It also was a little bit of a cheat when like the arcade would make you buy tokens instead of letting you use quarters. Quarters was fun because you can always just, whatever quarters you happen to have in your pocket, slam it in. And by the way, what are we fighting now? A boy band on jetpacks. This is like the Backstreet Boys in Virtua City. They're all jetpack propelled. at this stage of their career. They've made it. You know, you've made it in Virtual City when you and your gang are all given jetpacks. All right. But yeah, it was always fun when you could just throw in a quarter. So you're passing by an arcade, you're like, yeah, I'll play a game. But when you had to buy tokens, that's what sucked. Because then you have to put like a $5 into like the token machine. Then you get a bunch of tokens. Then you're obligated to use it all. It was definitely a great scheme for the arcades because it would force people to play more probably than they had intended to. But you know, as the gamer, obviously it was far more convenient when you could just use a quarter. So I also remember people like lining up quarters on top of an arcade machine, being like, I got next game. So if there's a really popular game, there'd be like a bunch of quarters lined up and you have to wait your turn. And it was all on the honor system, obviously, so that people wouldn't just bogart the game. I don't think problems usually happen. People in arcades were usually pretty civil, unless you're playing like a 2-player game and you beat the other guy and then they get really mad at you. So anyway, we just beat the boy band. We're on to the last level of Virtua Fighter. No, why do I keep calling it Virtua Fighter? It's Virtua Cop, Jay. You're a cop now. You're not a fighter. Man, I think there's too many games that start with Virtua something, and it's just, again, confusing my brain. I have, you know what? My attention span is not what it normally is when I'm making these videos. I mean, I'm trying to talk non-stop as I play to sort of keep you guys entertained, and like, it definitely takes a toll on my old brain. Ah, you jerk. We're gonna go for a groin shot to punish you. Yeah, get all your aggression out. It feels good to shoot me, doesn't it? But you're never gonna have children! Ooh! Ah, this guy got me, oh well. You know, you may look down on me for shooting the occasional terrorist in the groin, but to be totally honest, RoboCop did it. RoboCop did it first, man. RoboCop shot a rapist in the groin. And so if RoboCop can do it, I think Gaming Jay is allowed. He's allowed to have one. So I think this guy needs it. Boom! 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 Ah, that would have been so stylish if I got this guy too. But instead I can't aim at him. Don't shoot! Better not commit any crimes then, if you don't want to get shot. Like these guys. These I didn't know that the terrorists used the train. I would imagine they all had their own cars, but I guess they commute just like everyone else. They're like, yo, I'm a terrorist, not a millionaire. Can't be driving everywhere. Who drives in this city? You crazy? Virtua City with the Virtua traffic? It's Virtua unbelievable. Virtua nonsense is what it is. You get a Virtua Metro Pass and it's a Virtua no problem to get to work. Get to evil. That guy's just sitting there. He looked so terrified, but he wasn't moving. He was like, I'm afraid for my life, but I also really have to get to work. So I just hope nobody kills me. I hope this is not how I bite it, because my option to leave the train is not there. I really got to get where I need to go. Boom, boom. Aw, peek your head out. Peek your head out. Boom. I think one bullet got 2 of them in that doorway back there. Where are we? Oh, I just climbed out of the train. You can't do this on the normal subway. There's a helicopter. Boom, 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 boom. Get away from me. I'm riding in style. This is how cops ride the train. They go on top of it for literally no reason other than style. Oh, damn it. Stop shooting me. No, don't shoot me. I'm here, just so you know. Just so you're aware, I'm here. Don't shoot at me, though. Stupid civilians. I should shoot people like that just to teach them a lesson. Just to teach them that if you're going to be dumb, you are going to get shot. If you're ever in an actual shootout, the plan is to, like, hide. Hide. Don't try and reveal yourself. And the cop's in the middle of killing everyone. I wonder, like, you know, like in movies like Die Hard and stuff, you know, cops go on killing sprees and kill all these terrorists. Ooh, 86%, we're going up. But I wonder, has that ever actually happened? Has there ever been like a real case where like a cop went nuts and like killed like 20 terrorists? I mean, I gotta imagine it's completely Hollywood fantasy. I mean, I actually wouldn't want to live in a world where that was like common or true. You know, it's just sort of like if you had the option to live in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it would be cool for like a day, and then it would be like constantly terrifying. Because it's like, oh my god, what like world-ending catastrophe is going to happen today? And will the superheroes be able to save it to save us without like killing most of us. Because like if you look at like every MCU movie, there's always tons of destruction. There's been so much destruction in the MCU. It's horrifying. I would not want to live in the MCU. That terrorist was chasing a guy with a gun, but he wasn't shooting him. He was like, "Get back here! Get back here! I can't run as fast as you." It's like, if you have a gun, wouldn't you just shoot him? What was he chasing him for? Maybe it was like his best friend and they had a disagreement. He didn't want to shoot him. I don't know. That guy trained. He rolled on the floor, making himself a harder target. That's like the smartest terrorist we've seen in the game so far. Hey, look, he didn't even shoot, and now he's gone. He's like, oh, forget it, I'm out. He's like, I forgot, I don't want to do this. Oh, but now I do. Oh, we got him. Oh, nice. I feel like I'm killing a bunch of ninjas. I know they're supposed to be like terrorists in balaclavas or whatever that face mask is that you call it, but they kind of look like a bunch of ninjas. Of course, ninjas would never stoop to the level of using firearms. Ninjas have more honor than that. But these guys have no honor, which is why they get nothing but headshots. Headshots! Headshots! I'm definitely not hitting the head for any of those guys, though.
There's another one.
I hope I encounter like the Ninja Turtles or something here. 85% accuracy. Huh. Like, I'm not even intentionally trying. I guess just, you know, I'm getting a little better at hitting these guys. Oh, headshot. Ah. Headshot. 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 Oh, this guy also trained. Not well enough. So we're in the standard random subway underground secret lab facility. These are common in most subway stations, I believe. See, like, these terrorists, they're, like, all about style. They're, like, rolling out and, like, they're like, twirling and stuff as they, you know, spend that time lining up your sights and maybe you'll actually kill me. Instead of just being meat for my gun. Being more bodies. Man, imagine being, like, the morgue and you're called in after, like, this. It's like, yeah, we have about 4,000 terrorists for you to come pick up if you don't mind. The nice thing about Virtua City is because it's a video game city, when people die, they just evaporate. That's how video games work. If you look at them long enough, they fade away. That's how video games work, people. It's sort of like it's like in Star Wars when you die, if they burn you, you turn into like a Force ghost and disappear. Like Yoda did it. Like if you think back to oh shoot. I forgot the continue button for a second. If you think back to Return of the Jedi, when Luke goes to see Yoda, and then Yoda dies, he fades away. Maybe Yoda was a video game character all along. He wasn't a Jedi. He was just some like elite Korean gamer from some kind of video game. That's why he was so good at everything. And when he died, he faded away because that's what happened. See, those guys are fading away. They have as much skill, if not more so, than Yoda. It just doesn't show because they're lowering their standing by using a gun. They need lightsabers, then they would really shine. But unfortunately, this Evil Incorporated does not stock lightsabers, so they all had to show up with pistols. Get blown up in the face. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, so satisfying. A whole row of them gone.
Over there.
Boom. That was a long... Man, I'm like sniping. I've got like a pistol. I have like the aim of like an eagle, man. Boom. Boom. No. No. Boom. Boom. Get him. Man, I really have to concentrate there to line those shots up. Damn it. Sometimes I have it, sometimes I lose it. Where are we? Is this like a standard subway facility? I'm in like some kind of like giant mech bay or something. This is like a massive facility. What was this built for? Just subway stuff? Is this like the subway head office or something? Like where all the subway stuff happens? You know what? It made a prime base for terrorists, so I'm gonna say that they should not have built this facility. Boom! Blew you up with a barrel. Oh, and down he goes. Down he goes. Just like all of you. Who else we got next? I like how the targeter like shows you who to shoot next. there's like 6 guys, and it's like, no, shoot this guy, now this guy. They're all like waiting their turn. It's like, well, I can't fire till Bill fires, and I'm not supposed to shoot the bad guy unless Doug gets killed. And as long as Tim's around, I'm just supposed to wait my turn. There's like a hierarchy of who's allowed to shoot who. Boom, boom. These guys are getting like more armored, but it's not like they take any more bullets. They're wearing like all this like combat gear, but they literally just go down in one shot, just like the first bad guys I encountered did. Is this the general? He looks comedically stupid. Shoot! Reload! Ugh. Took a couple of bullets. A couple of big bullets. Alright, Tank Man. Is this... How did we end up in an army base? Again, I thought I was on a subway. Is this a subway stop? You guys have like a Starbucks? I could really use a coffee. Boom, 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 boom. Get him! Ah! Come on, reveal yourself, tank! Oh, I blew the side of it off. Ah. Shoot! Man, he takes a lot of damage. Continue, yes! I have a secret weapon too. It's called a lot of quarters. It's called being a rich kid in the 80s and 90s. Oh my god. I wonder what like the record for somebody spending in an arcade in one session is. Like some kid who just showed up and had like 1 billion quarters, who was like super rich, just like sat there with like you know how like at casinos when people are by slot machines they have like buckets of quarters. I wonder if like any kid has ever shown up into an arcade and been like that. Oh man, the reloading is definitely something that I'm not used to. It's like I just pull the trigger until I have to reload, and sometimes I'm like trying to press reload, but I'm pressing trigger too quickly and it won't like let me reload. Yeah, we did it! Oh, now his final form, an old disheveled man with a wrench. Oh, that was super easy. He didn't even have a gun, he just ran at me with a wrench. Well, that's what you get, man. Consider yourself arrested. Now what happens? Oh, there's more! He has a sword! What the? Okay, so we kill this guy? Oh, this is the real boss. Okay. Noted. I will kill you. And there's like a blimp going down in the background. I don't know what that means. Ah, oh, damn it. Reload! Kill him! Oh, he's going down. This guy actually isn't too hard. I feel like the tank was harder than this guy. If your final form is like you running at me with like a sharp pencil, it's gonna be really easy, man. No. Die. Man, 2 players, this would be a lot easier because 1 player could just be on like missile shooting duty, and the other player could like be on jerk face shooting duty. I want a sweet jetpack. I hope Virtua Fighter 3, I stole this guy's jetpack and used that. 5,000! Congratulations! Yeah. I hope I get a promotion for this too, by the way. I'm sick of cleaning up the virtual streets in Virtua City. Oh, we did it! We beat the whole game. All the bad guys are putting their hands up. Please don't shoot us. These are the real cops. These are the ones that like actually arrest people. Not me. I'm pooped. It's been a long day. A lot of killing. A lot of killing, but also a lot of fun. Ah, and Janet's here. Janet Marshall. Which one do you think is Michael Rage Hardy? Or James Smarty Cools? I think that's Rage. I think the blonde one's Rage. Or, I don't know, maybe it's the other way around. I don't know how you select the girl, though. There must have been a 3rd player option or something like that. Janet Marshall. I love that. That was her nickname. By Sega. Man, Virtua City looks really cool, though. I wish there were other games where you could explore Virtua City here. So I was rank, 9, which sounds really bad, actually. Okay, let's go ahead and enter the annals of history. J-A-Y. Jay did it! I bet you guys didn't think I had it in me, but you didn't know that I had an infinite supply of quarters on this one. Well, guys, this has been Virtua Cop 2 for the arcade. And this is one of the games in the book, 1001 Video Games You Must Play Before You Die. And I have to say that I found it pretty enjoyable. I did like the, I did like shooting guys in the head and stuff. It is, of course, being an old school arcade game, brutally hard. And the downside to this game is that if you want to play it these days, your best bet is to try and get a hold of the PC copy, but then you're going to be playing it with a mouse. And to be totally honest, it's just not the same. You can try and emulate a, use a Wiimote to emulate a mouse. I was using a program called TouchMote, so you can look that up if you're curious. And that works pretty well, but it's just, it's finicky, it's just not quite the same, and you're not going to be aiming down a scope. So, I mean, to be totally honest, I still had fun with this, even though I was using a remote, and I was much happier using the remote than using a mouse, because I've done that before in some shooter games. But I think the gun would have added a little bit more reality to the situation. So I will say, if you're ever passing through an arcade, if lo and behold you can find one these days, or like a Dave & Buster's or something, and you see Virtua Fighter 2, I would say slap in a coin or two, give it a shot, because it is fairly fun. But it is rather hard being an arcade game. And it is rather short and simple, so it is one that I would try in the arcades if I had the opportunity. But otherwise, I don't know if you have to go out of your way to play this one. But anyway, those are my thoughts on it. What do you guys think? Do you have any fond memories of Virtual Cop 2 here that you'd like to share with us? Let us know in the comments down below. And as always, guys, I hope you've enjoyed checking out the video today. If you have, go ahead, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and tune back in a couple days when I'll be returning with yet another game from the book 1001 Video Games You Must Play Before You Die. So until next time, guys, if you are ever in a terrorist shootout, don't pop out randomly in front of cops telling them not to shoot you. It is the surest way to get shot. And otherwise, take care of yourselves. Peace. Man, these cops are like totally ineffective. Gotta call in the A squad, the ones who are gonna kill everyone and take no names. Also, that's a sweet cop car. Look at that, it has like a tail fin and everything. And by the way, didn't want to brag, but #1 score there for old Jay. Yeah, I'm kind of a big deal.